Tell me about your New Year's resolutions. What did you promise yourself in the night from the 31st of December last year to the 1st of January this year? Like 1/1/2020, do you remember this day? And I'm sure you made some promises to yourself. And how about them? Let's dig them back up if they are buried underneath a year of COVID-19 and all the things like jumping into your life you didn't expect to happen in this year. But promises to yourself are important, and I want to inspire you to take a look and evaluate them if there are some of these promises which are still possible in the last 1.5 months to fulfill them. So my name is Ronja Sakata. I'm the CEO and founder of joyismycompass.com, and I have the Joy Academy ready for you to bring more joy into your life. And what I like most is to think and take time for yourself to think, because that's the point where we all have to decide consciously that no, come on, I take time for myself, for my thoughts, for what's important for me. And these New Year resolutions, promises to yourself, are just about that. Like, what did you say? I gonna quit smoking. Really? Did you? I know that's such a easy made promise and so hard to fulfill. I never ever smoked, so I can't understand this whole point, but I know from all my friends, maybe you just don't want to, and then this is not a good New Year's resolution topic, because you just simply don't want to quit. But maybe other things, like I want to eat healthier. Well, I didn't do it for the whole year, so what? No, come on, start today. I really like this thought, even though it seems a little sweetie, kitschy. Every day starts a new year. You can decide today that you want to eat healthier. And do you know how to do that? Just buy awesome grocery, and maybe you eat up all the chocolate you have in your house, or you just give it to your neighbors. And I'm totally against diets and strict rules, and I love intuitive eating. But if you promised yourself that you did this or that, and you just ditched this promise the whole year, now it's the time that you are taking yourself accountable. Being accountable, I don't know the correct term, but you know what I mean. Like, okay, let's be honest, I want to do this, and I start today. Why not today? On a Tuesday morning in America, whatever time zone you are in, and then tomorrow you do it again, and then Thursday again, and then it sums up, we don't have to invent the wheel new at January 1st. We have to do the work all year long. And I think it's not helpful if we blame ourselves. If you say, yeah, well, and you call yourself names, idiot, whatever, even less nice words, and then nobody gains anything about that. So please pick them up, these New Year resolutions. Write them down, extra points if you write them down, because writing is so helpful for processing, for getting all the thoughts together, and then you have new ideas, you can write them down too. I'm such a big fan of journaling, but you can think through them, of course, if you have some promises. But I think everybody is inspired to think of, this year I will do this or that. And then January goes and by, and then February comes, and then the good intentions begin to disappear. And this year was especially hard because I'm sure you had some plans in January, and then everything didn't work out because, not everything, I hope, some plans couldn't be fulfilled because of the whole Corona situation. But I'm sure you have some thoughts, some promises, write them down, and then go into action mode right away. Go and make an action plan, like today I'll do this, 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 tomorrow I'll do this, this, this. And Bo Eason, one mentor of mine I love, he says, if you do something for 66 days in a row, it's actually easier to do it instead of not doing it. I just love this thought so much. So if you promise yourself something and it's maybe hard to just go for it, set the time for 66 days, and that's actually going into the new year already. But why not starting today, and at New Year you're already a pro, and it's so easy to go for it further. And after, so this year is still 44 days long, so it's I'm not good at math, 2020, January 2020th, you will be at the 66 day mark if you start today. So why not doing it that way? And then at the end of January, you're already going like this. And in January, at January 1st, you can promise another thing. And don't overwhelm yourself with all the things you should accomplish and should implement. Just one by a time, by the time that you can really focus on it and realize like, oh, that's not so hard. And I want to do this. That's the important thing. If you don't want to, why bother? If you tell a little child you have to do that because I said so, you will create a tantrum, you know that, and it's just very, very hard to convince a little toddler if he or she doesn't want to do what you told them. So think of yourself like a little child, and you have to convince yourself. And if you have no good reasons for this promise or for this plan you want to implement, a new habit like eating healthy, stop smoking. I know these are the most common ones, but you have your own examples. You have to convince yourself, like really, like, okay, I want to do that, and then go for it. Promises to ourselves are so often, we dismiss them so often. We go for all the promises to other people. We are holding ourselves accountable. We're delivering at the deadline, at the promised deadline, and for ourselves, not so important. And yeah, well, I can do it another time. No, come on. Let's take yourself serious and treat yourself like an important person, and your plans and your dreams and your resolutions matter as much as the people around you. So the ones of the people around you. So please dig up your promises of this year's 1st of January. Write them down and think about them. What do you want to implement? And if you find something which you convince yourself that this is a really good idea, then go for it for 66 days, and January 22nd next year, you're a pro and you won't quit again, because in your brain it switched from an effort to like a habit, and it's a different part of the brain. That's a super interesting book. I have to look up the title, where they did some tests about where in the brain happens, the habit patterns happen, and it really switched from I have to do it to I do it. Like brushing your teeth, I bet you are doing this every night anyway, it's just no question, and that's a different state of thinking. It's just no question. And if you manage to switch into that state, you won. If this task is valuable enough and interesting enough, or like beneficial enough that you or your little inside 3-year-old toddler is convinced that this is worth the effort. I didn't do the joyometer this week yet for the English version, but that's another thing I really want to convince you. do this exercise of journaling every week. I will do it, promise. I will do it now. I just switched on live and was like, oh no, I don't have it here and I can't fill it out yet, but I will deliver it right away into the blog post, and then I'll put the link down there where you can download the Joyometer, because it's so powerful. If you think of last week, what was good in last week, fun events, cool events, people you've met, and also like habits you stick to, like celebrate it, or maybe you have the tracker on the Joyometer, like every weekday you have a little star or a little heart and you color them in and like, yes, last week was a strike again with this or that promise to yourself. And then you gain, week by week, you gain confidence, you are in the flow, you have energy, and that's what this life is about, right? Having fun, having energy, and being having a joyful day, and a joyful day, and a joyful day, and out of 7 joyful days, or maybe 1 bad day, but don't have a bad week. Just decide that today you will focus on the good stuff, and today you will appreciate the beauty around you, and you appreciate your heartbeat, and you appreciate that you are here, and then you have a good week and you can write it down on the Joyometer. So Joyometer commercial over, and I think I have to explain, this is the backdrop of my girl's 10th birthday at the 5th of November, and on last Sunday we celebrated the kids' birthday party, and Mika and I loved decorations. Ken not so much, he would love to take it down, but we took down all the other decoration, and this is now like a little longer. We will keep these glittery 10 behind us, and I loved to use it as a backdrop for this video. Have a great week, take care, think about your promises to yourself, how you value them and how you stick to them, because you are worth it, and fill out the Joyometer. And I will post my Joyometer below the video in the blog post. My blog is joyismycompass.com/joyblog. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.